Hello and welcome back to my Pokemon Gold HardType Ground Monotype Challenge. In the last episode, we got two badges, I believe. We got badges from Chuck at Siamwood City, and we got a badge from Jasmine in the Olivine City Gym. And then we made our way all the way here to Mahogany Town. And obviously before we can do the gym here, we must sort out what's going on at the Lake of Rage. But before we do that, there's some stuff that I need to, some sort of admin-y stuff that I'd like to talk about. For one, I've got a Sandshrew, and the reason for this is because Sandshrew can learn both Rock Smash, Cut, and Strength, which gives us quite a large variety of moves. And also, for some bizarre reason, my Wooper is still, so just give me a sec. I'm just going to deposit you. And I'm going to withdraw Rocky. There we go. But the reason that you saw there was a level 5 Wooper is because I've been doing some breeding. And this is the first time I've ever really done any Pokemon breeding ever. Obviously, having only played, Gen 2 is my first chance of doing this. And this is actually, really the first time I've ever really done anything like this. So if I just quickly save, I'll show you what I've been doing. So, I caught a level 20 Corsola. You'll be able to see I caught it just here, just off the coast, just by the daycare. And the reason I wanted to catch a level Corsola, as you can see, I used a lure ball to do so, was I needed to level it up to level 43. And the reason for this is because you'll find that level 43 Corsola have the move Ancient Power, which is a rock-type move with base 60 power, and is actually quite a useful move. My aim is to eventually breed Ancient Power, because it's an egg move that could be learned for Swinub, and so essentially I can get that onto my Piloswine in the end. Piloswine having a decent attack stat, that'll actually be a pretty okay move to have. It's also much more reliable than something like Rollout, which is base 30 power, but misses some of the time. And obviously you get locked into it. Ancient Power, 60 base power, always hits. It's really nice. So the reason that I've got a Wooper here is because in order to get Ancient Power onto Swinub, you need to chain breed. So I had to look for a female Wooper, as you can see. I have one here. Luckily I found a male Corsola. We caught our female Wooper, and then, this was me catching the Sandshrew as well. What we did was I then handed it into the daycare. My Corsola and the male Corsola knowing Ancient Power, the female Wooper. I did lots of walking around, came back, found we had an egg, prayed it was male because we need it to be male in order for this chain breeding to work. Luckily enough, we got a male level 5 Wooper just hatched from its egg, knowing Ancient Power. Now, all I need to do is find a female Swinub, do the same process again of breeding them, and that should be great. Now, this is a slight change from what I was planning on doing, because initially I had planned on using Rhyhorn, and Rhyhorn I was hoping to put Rock Slide onto Rhyhorn and get stuff like that. Turns out, one, Rhyhorn can't learn Rock Slide, which is a bit silly. I should have found that out beforehand. But two, the only way to get Rock Slide onto these Pokemon was to catch Larvitar and breed raise a Larvitar up until it knows Rock Slide. And obviously the issue is that you can't catch Larvitar until you go to Mount Silver. So that's completely useless to me in terms of like the closeness of the. Sort of just like the timeline of events. There's no point in me having only 4 Pokemon on my team. So this is the other option, getting Swinub. And then what I might not do, I might not be catching Rhyhorn at all this time. What I might go for is hopefully try and catch a Gligar. And additionally there might well be an additional event of further breeding onto the Gligar to try and get it a flying type move. So we're just going to talk to some people in the Pokemon Center. What's this? Team Rocket has come back. I saw some men in black at the Lake of Rage. I stopped my Pokemon from evolving too early. I make them learn certain moves before I let them evolve. Pokemon do become stronger when they evolve, but they also learn moves more slowly. Yeah. So we know a lot of this. What we will now do is we'll head north and we will start taking on some of these trainers up here. So yeah, so that's sort of a brief catch-up of everything. Was there anything else I need to say? I guess... No? Is that everything? We need to go back and do a route to collect up some of the items that we've missed because we haven't been able to surf or cut in certain regions. Oh yeah, so yeah, but obviously what I wanted to get was some opinion about this, because obviously I'm using Corsola here, Corsola being a water rock type and not a ground type. So whether this breaks the rules of my Monotype challenge, see, I don't think so, because I'm not actually legitimately using it in any of the battles. I haven't done any training with any battles that I haven't directly shown you. You know, it's just been off wild Pokemon, so I don't feel like it's interfered. I certainly don't feel like it interfered as much as, say, what I did in the previous episode by using, I think, by switching into Kenya and, you know, stalling for a few rounds. So, you know, you could certainly put a good point saying that that was far worse. But yeah, I wanted to know, again, I've been looking up trying to find these sort of like, these proper Monotype rules, haven't been able to find any about this sort of event of breeding moves onto Pokemon. I know that a lot of trainers will actually trade specific Pokemon across from different games and try and get them, like, you know, IV trained or EV, you know, from later gens, that is, obviously. So I think, I mean, I would say that that was equally unapplicable. But anyway, that was just a thought. Maybe you can have a discussion about that, or whatever. You can leave a comment. But anyway, so we're talking to this guy. First trainer of the route, Camper Spencer. He has a level 46 Sandslash. So we got a Quagsire, and we're surfing. And we are currently levels ahead, which is nice. And we want Ice Punch. And we get the Freeze, which is lovely. So Nidoking's up to level 55. We'll go back to Quagsire for Dugtrio. Obviously, you could keep with the Ice-type moves of Nidoking, but that's pretty good. What's going on at the Lake Age? We're playing camping now. Yes, one other thing I need to talk about. So, I probably won't be leveling up a Rocky too much in this episode, and there's a reason for that. Despite him being my lowest level Pokemon, if I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's at level 44. But the reason is that he soon learns Crunch. Dark-type move, does a lot of damage. And I'd love to have Crunch on him, but I also like having Dig and Strength. So sorry, Dig and Screech and Iron Tail. So I wanted to really get rid of Strength. The issue with getting rid of Strength, of course, is that I can't until I get to the Move Deleter. And I think hopefully, so I have to get to the Move Deleter in Blackthorn before I can really think about doing something like that. Anyway, we'll take on this. We'll take on this camp. Or whatever her name was. What was she? Picnicker. We'll take on this Picnicker and her Clefable. So we'll take care of her. Oh, something I did do in leveling up my Pokemon, certainly in leveling up that Corsola, because I had to get it from level 20 to level 43, was I did some of the battles that, you know, the trainers ring you up and say, do you want to have a battle? And I did some of those battles, and it turns out that the guy who did this hack has not changed any of those battles. So I figured that was something that was worth mentioning to you guys. So we have Wild Pidgeotto, and obviously, yes, it doesn't affect you. I'm in a slump. Maybe it's the gear I'm using. Let's battle for a change of pace, says Fisher Marvin, who has a level 20 Gyarados. So Shadow Ball takes out the first one. We'll go to Marowak, because Marowak knows Thunder Punch. It doesn't take out, but he misses with the Hydro Pump, which is really useful. Next one is level 50. Is it a 2-hit? It is. He doesn't take me out, so Thunder Punch will take out this Gyarados. Marowak wants to learn Bone Rush. We won't learn that. Bone Rush is similar to like Fury Swipes and other attacks, which in that it hits. I think it hits 5 times with 25 damage each. But I think its average power is only 75, whereas Bone Meringue's average power is 90, so certainly we'll keep with that. He's got another Gyarados, this time at level 60. This one could be faster. It is faster. Okay, so we're going to go into Rocky. I said I wasn't going to use him, but I am going to use him for this case. Use Screech to start off with. He's super effective, but we did get one Screech away. I'm going to go to Quagsire now. I'm going to go for the rollout. So we get the crit hit there. Hydro Pump does not take us out, which is really important. We're banking on another rollout because we're obviously stuck into rollout, but it's obviously building up power all the time, so it's even more powerful now than it was before. We have a level 70 Magikarp here, which we can take out with rollout, and there we go. So that guy had Gyarados at level 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70. I'm sorry, and a Magikarp at level 70. Great. And obviously, ghost types do not hurt Girafarig. That's interesting. I had not considered that. We'll need dark types to deal with Girafarig, I guess. So I'm heading back now. Flappy! Who should be at the front? Probably Marowak. No, Quagsire is my lowest level. So the other thing, I'm hoping to try and get through the entirety of the Mahogany Town Rocket section in this episode, which could... So we're going to be doing a lot of zipping around rather fast through stuff. Take out that fluffy. Quagsire's up to 53. So we'll take on this guy down here. What do you want? Hey, do you have any rare Pokemon? He asks. Pokemaniac Brent, who has a Lickitung. So we'll swap into Nidoking. And go for, I didn't mean to do that. Double kick, there we go. Take him out. Oh, lovely if we take him out. Okay. Next up is Jinx, Ice Psychic. I think we will go into Rocky. Although I just realised that we don't resist Powder Snow or anything Ice type. But we get the lucky, he gets away the free, I wouldn't say free, he gets away the Iron Tail, and obviously Steel resists. The reason I went to him was because Steel resists Psychic and obviously use Double Slap, which is rather useful. And next up is Scyther. So we're going to go Quagsire. Scyther is quadruply weak to Rock, so that's nice. Next up is Tauros. So if I stay in, I'm using Rollout. Be interested just to see how much it will do. We'll take out that Tauros. And finally is Electabuzz. I don't think we can stay in. There we go, Rollout takes out the Electabuzz in one hit. We take out Pokemaniac Brent. Just to own a single rare Pokemon. We don't have enough space for you. Can I dig from here? No, we can't. Okay, well there are more trainers ahead, so we won't risk it. We'll head back. Okay, so zip down. Do we have any repels? Another question I need to be asking. Hopefully the rocket hideout's pretty long here, isn't it? Okay, well, we'll see how far we get. Pack. Do we have any repels? No, we just have super potions and revives. Could be healing as well. That's the other option. I'll probably do that in the rockets area. Might as well just surf these guys. Okay, so got this guy now. Would you get this? Some Tom guy made fun of my Pokemon. Don't it? My Pokemon's great. Says Pokemaniac Ron, who has a Nidoking. So we're going to Earthquake. Ah, no way. No way did you survive. But we survive his Blizzard. Quagsire gets to 54. And we'll take on this guy. I love Pokemon. That's why I started, and I'll keep on collecting Pokemon. There's a Slowbro at level 60. This could be dangerous. Earthquake. Surf takes me out. Do it, Marowak! Do we go for a Thunder Punch or a Bone Meringue? Thunder Punch. Get them down to half health. Okay, Shadow Ball. It's super effective. We get the crit hit. We take out the Slowbro. We take out Pokemaniac Toby. That's pretty cool. So, Fishing Guru's house. Do my eyes deceive me? I saw a red Gyarados in the lake, but I thought the Gyarados were usually blue. The Gyarados are really angry. It's bad omen. I heard this lake was made by a rampaging Gyarados. I wonder if there's any connection to their mass outbreak now. What do you say? Lake of Rage is actually a crater made by a rampaging Gyarados. That's the story of last time. You could usually catch Magikarp, but now you can't. Okay, so we're going to deal with you. Okay, so let's take on the red Gyarados. Goes for bite, but we flinch. Get off an Iron Tail, and there we go. So we take out the red Gyarados. Rocky's up to level 45. Certainly don't want that to keep increasing. And now we can talk to the mysterious Caped Man. I wonder if they put the cape in just because people would normally walk by him, but you know, the cape makes him stand out. The lake is full of Gyarados, but nothing else, so the Magikarp are being forced to evolve. Did you come here because of the rumours? You're Mark. I'm Lance, a trainer like you. I heard some rumours, so I came to investigate. I saw the way you battled earlier, Mark. I can tell that you're a trainer with considerable skill. If you don't mind, could you help me investigate? Excellent. It seems the lake's Magikarp are being forced to evolve. A mysterious radio broadcast from Mahogany is the cause. I'll be waiting for you. So, that's the start of this next little section. And we'll get back, heal up. We can grab this item, which is a Max Ether. And then we will be at the Pokemon Center, heal up, and then we will take on Mahogany Town Rocket Scourge. So, Dragonite, Hyper Beam. Did you just use Hyper Beam against Perlman? What took you, Mark? Just as I thought, strange ranger signal was coming from here. The stairs are right here. Mark, we should split up. Check this place. I'll go first. I found the secret stairway. That guy's Dragon Pokemon are tough. Okay, so... Oh, this is the bit with the silly statues that trigger rockets. Okay. Oh, they have 6 Pokemon, really? Must they have 6 Pokemon? I don't. Okay, so take out that guy. Then Hypno will take out with Nidoking. Mr. Mime we can take out with Nidoking. Kadabra we can take out with Nidoking. Nidoking's going to get loads of levels at this rate. Wheezing we can go to Marowak. And Boomerang. Sweet. And Muck we can stick and also use Boomerang. Okay, so that's worked out. That's the first guy. Generally there's another one. Here he is. It's my turn. There's no escape. Level 40 Golbat. Take it out. Go to Sand Slash. So we'll go to Quagsire. Hopefully we can spread around the experience from these guys quite nicely. We've got a Parasect. So we should really go to Nidoking. See, quadruply weak to fire. So there we go. He's got a Dug Trio. So go back to Quagsire. And Surf. He's got Eradicate. You can double kick away. And he's got a Graveler. So we'll go back to Quagsire. So pretty even there. Actually, I think my Pokemon are pretty even now. It's not actually that Nidoking's particularly racing away. 53, 56, 54. So, there's a trigger here, which we will set off, and I should have swapped Steelix from being at the front. But oh well, we'll deal with it. I'm sure he can just take out these guys. I don't think it's level 46 that he learns. That he learns Crunch. I'm pretty sure it's not 46. Don't be 46. There we go. So we'll swap out Rocky after this set of battles. So we're going to do pretty much exactly the same battle again. I'm sure it's fascinating viewing, given that you know exactly what I'm going to be doing. Go to Marowak, Boomerang. Why did it miss? That's really annoying. At least it didn't poison me. Boomerang. There we go. And then we've got to take on the next guy. He's got a Golbat. Okay, I'll swap to Nidoking this time directly. Ice Punch. Takes out the Golbat in one hit. Wow. Sand Slash. Meet Quagsire. Parasect. Obviously being grass type actually could actually have some, I hadn't considered that, but Parasect could actually have some moves that could really hurt us. Magnitude does nothing! That's what 14 levels on a Pokemon does. Wow. Single Earthquake takes out the Eradicate from Quagsire. We can stay in, surf it up. Graveler goes down. That is that. Cool. So that's 2. Feeling lucky, punk. Go ahead, take another step. We've got traps set in the floor. This guy's only got 4 Pokemon, so it's fine. And I really should have changed. That's nice. Okay. Boomerang takes out the Arbok. Next up is Weezing. Boomerang does not take out the Weezing. An explosion will take us out. Which is rather frustrating. Next up is Gligar. So, ground flying has immunity to lots of different things. But Surf takes it out in one hit. And he's also got Muck. We will stay in and we will Earthquake. Beautiful. We don't even know where the traps are planted. You just have to collect your courage and walk. Oh, it's just these. Yeah, you just have to face off against some Voltorb. Okay, so that's fine. Really annoying that Rocky fainted though. So we could head this way, or we could just head back. Let's just head back. Let's go. Another set of triggers, or we can head down here and face this guy. This was once a ninja hideout. There are traps to confound intruders like you. So he's got a Magnemite. And a Magneton. Obviously, Magneton is quadruply weak to ground, because Steel is also weak to ground. So yeah, we're just going to rip through this team. Do you have anything different than level 20 Magneton, level 40 Magneton? Doesn't look like it. Just sweep with Quagsire. Beautiful. Quagsire's up to level 56. We're going to go to our Ether and restore the PP there. Right, I divulged a secret about hideout. The thing up on the head of floor is a warp panel. If you stop in it, you'll be walked back to the entrance. There's an X. Accuracy. If I remember correctly, Lance heals up our Pokemon if we get to him. So, Golbat is first, so Nidoking to the front. And we'll just go Ice Punch, Shadow Ball, Shadow Ball, Shadow Ball. The fact that I can know exactly what, the fact this is not challenging, it's just time wasting. I'm glad that all of my moves have actually quite large amount of PP. And that I have some ethers, to be fair. There we go, that's the first set. We'll now take on the second set. It's going to be Ice Punch, then Surf, which is 15 PP I think, yeah. Then so Fire Punch. So second one is Ice Punch, Surf, Fire Punch, Surf, Earthquake, Surf, I guess. Because we can get past the Raticate just by Earthquaking. Beautiful. And then we can get past the Graveler by Surfing. Lovely. So that takes out that guy. We get a Hyper Potion, always good. And there's another trigger, another set. I think there's only 4, thankfully. But it is still tiresome. Ice Punch, Shadow Ball, Shadow Ball, Shadow Ball, Earthquake, Earthquake. Unfortunately, I can't do it that fast. If only I could. Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball. So yeah, I am kind of praying that. Let me just turn up the volume slightly. But yeah, I am praying that there is a scene where, pretty sure there is, where Lance heals up our Pokemon. So we will hopefully be able to use that to bring back our PP and all that. Ice Punch takes out the Golbat. Surf takes out the Sand Slash. Fire Punch will take out the Parasect. Obviously these guys are all level 40, so it's not really that much of a challenge, because we are, you know, 17 and 18 levels up. What was that? Was that foul play or something like that? I don't know what move that was, but it was a bit annoying. And then, so, cool. So that's everyone, I think, now done in this area. We can zip along here, we can find a nugget. Nope, there's another set. Of course there is. So there's 5 of these sets of battles, and we're actually going to be running low on PP soon. So I need to be wary of that. I have 3 Shadow Balls, so that's all I need for these guys. Assuming nothing untoward happens. There we go. Next up is Wheezing. We go to Quagsire. I have 4 Earthquakes, which is more than enough. The issue I have now is I'm low on Surfs. So what I might do is stay in with Nidoking and use Ice Punch, because obviously Ice is super effective against Sand Slash, or super effective against Ground. So I can now go to Quagsire, for example, and Surf. There we go. We'll bring out the Parasect now. So they are paying attention to type advantage, it's just that all their Pokemon are so weak that can't do anything about it. Double kick. And then we can take out the Graveler with an Earthquake, because Rock is weak to ground. There we go. So that is everything in that area, aside from those guys. Here's Lance. Are you alright? Your Pokemon are hurt and tired here. Give them some of my medicine. Let's give it our best for our Pokemon. So, finally, everyone is revived. We'll swap Marowak to the front. You rotten little pest! He's only got 3 Pokemon! That's nice. They're level 49. That's less nice. But we can take out the Venomoth with relative ease. Next up is the Ariados. Confused, I forgot that's what Thrash does. Okay. We've got a Quagsire. Rollout is super effective, and we get a crit hit. Crit hit probably mattered there. And then we'll stay in, and Rollout is still super effective because they are bugs. Yeah, only the boss knows the password for that ball. Where is the boss? Who knows? I didn't mean to do this one. But anyway. Door won't open, well done. Door has a password that only Team Rocket knows. So, we've got a Golbat. Thunder Punch. Okay, that's the difference between Marowak and Nidoking's special, just there. Because that's what Ice Punch and Thunder Punch in this gen are dealt by, because this gen is stupid and hasn't decided to have physical and special attacks yet. So a literal punch can be decided by how, specially offensive you are, which is really stupid. But nonetheless, we defeat him and his level 60 Golbat. He doesn't know the password, we will head down. So it takes 2 passwords to get into the boss's quarters. Those passwords are only known to a few Rockets. That Rocket there very graciously told me so. Let's go get the passwords. So we've got Protein on the way up. Ice Heal there, we'll head up. There's nothing over here, there's some... Oh, that's the Electrode that we need to take out. So you... Oh, a kid. I don't really like this, but eliminate you I must. It's got a Houndoom. Interesting. Nose Bite. That's annoying. But Boomerang is super effective. Takes it out. He's got a Seadra. So we'll stay in and we'll go for Thunder Punch. But we get hit by Hydro Punch. Not much you can do when you get hit by Hydro Punch. Earthquake does a huge amount of damage. See, that time Hydro Punch missed. And then he's got a Pidgeot. That will stay in. And we will roll out. Until I have better move to deal with such Pokemon. So we take out Pidgeot. I got wiped out on the last mission by a kid too. When we were abducting Pokemon, this kid with long red hair and mean-looking eyes just creamed me. And yes, I have low battery. That's really annoying. Well, we'll go for as long as I can until my battery gives out. So you find TM46, which is Thief. I suppose that's pretty apt in the Team Rocket hideout. Anyway, didn't I tell you that I was going to destroy Team Rocket? Tell me, who was the guy in the cape who used Dragon Pokemon? My Pokemon were no match at all. I don't care that I lost. I could beat him by getting stronger Pokemon. It's what he said that bothers me. He told me that I don't love and trust my Pokemon enough. I'm furious that I lost to a bleeding heart like him. I don't have time for the likes of you. Bye, Red. Oh, no, sorry. Bye, whatever his name is. Okay, so this was the wrong way to go. So we've got to head to this guy. I used to work for Silk, but now I run research for Team Rocket. A meddlesome child like you needs to be punished. Please. Oh, it's got Starmie. Star. I was looking at my Pokemon, I was like, which of these Pokemon do I really not want to meet? And a Water Psychic type is one of them. Okay, he's got a Mantine. This is where I really regret not having dear old. Yeah, we could be in big trouble here. He misses. Got the Screech off. Iron Tail missed. Screech could be really helpful because obviously it will have lowered his defense, which means Shadow Ball takes him out in one hit, which is really good. Next up, he's got a Rhydon. I have Ice Punch, so I can take it out. Also double kick. Oh, Ice Punch does not take him out, and Earthquake takes me out. Okay, well, I'm dead. Although I suppose... Rock Smash! Yeah, okay. Well, that's not too bad, to be honest. One loss in that area isn't so bad. Should have healed up. It's annoying because I think the only shop in here doesn't really have a good selection of stuff to buy. So, how much do I have money? I have 24,000. So, yeah, I've been on a decent streak of winning, you know. So, you know, it's probably about time I lost a bit with how it was going in the early stages of this Let's Play, let's be honest. So, we need to take on you. The guy in the cape is incredibly tough. Oh no, he's just talking about that. So, what do we start off with? Starmie, so Nidoking. So, he goes on about us being meddlesome, we hit him with a Shadow Ball, and we get this high roll, which takes him out. Next up is Mantine. Don't hit. Yes, Thunder Punch hits, it's super effective, it does not do nearly enough. He misses, which is incredibly useful. Marowak survives. We go to Quagsire instead of trying to Ice Punch it, because we can Surf and destroy the Rhydon. It's just joking with me now, trying to put the Rhydon on there, you know, Pokemon that I won't be using. But and Haze, there's no point. So, you know, at this point, Nidoking. Ice Punch. Please cut through confusion. We miss? I didn't realise Ice Punch could miss. Of course it confuses me. Are you really just here to stall? That's just not good. You're going to cut through and you protect, so it misses. Protect failed. This isn't a chance to hit, but we hurt ourselves in confusion. Protect fails if it's 3 times. It should be failing if you hit it 3 times in a row. For some reason, I'm getting really bad slowdown. There we go. We take out the Crobat, which is good. Next up is Lantern. Okay, let's see if we can get a final hurrah for Marowak with Bone Meringue. It should be super effective. It is super effective. Come on, crit hit on the second one. Crit hit on the second one. Be beautiful, be beautiful. No. But he misses with Blizzard. Do I Thunder Punch? Do I trust? I probably trust Thrash more. Thrash takes out the Lantern. So there we go. And finally, he's got a Raikou. Where the hell has he got a Raikou from? Okay, well, we can Earthquake. Come on, let's see that go down to half. Over half. All the way down, all the way down, all the way! Quagsire smokes Raikou. 59 Quagsire can defeat a level 65 Raikou. So defeat Professor Iron. This power, it's unbelievable, he goes. A radio signal that drives Pokemon mad. My experiment is a complete success. My promotion is assured. This means absolutely nothing. So, do we take on that girl? I suppose we could. Let me just get some healing. Yeah, so I have no idea what's going on with the sound or with actually just with the game in general. I'm experiencing a lot of slowdown. Oops, not revive. We want. Was that my last super potion? Yes, it was. But we have. So I reckon you might well be one of those. Do I know the password? Maybe, but no weakling's gonna get it. Says Rocket Grunt, who has a level 45 Slowpoke, which is weak, is psychic type, so will be weak to Ghost. Shadowball should take it out. Yes. Okay. Next up is Dunsparce, so we will stay in because it's a normal type. Double kick. Let's see how much this does. Yes. Okay, that should be. Okay, that was a crit though. Yeah. Well, we can't hit it, so Dig's gonna do does nothing. Okay, so there we go. Cool. Next up is Ariados. So we'll go to Quagsire. Annoyingly, it's really annoying that Bug sort of resists. No way. That Bug resists ground. It's obviously. You can use Rollout. Toxic doesn't affect us for some. Okay, we just got lucky there with a couple of Toxics missing, but that's always helpful. Next up, it's Parasect, so we'll go into Nidoking. Let's see the Fire Punch, so it should take it out. Yes, got more than enough special there. Next up is Quillfish. So we'll go to Marowak. And we shall Boomerang. But the Quillfish is faster and uses Hydro Pump. Is Marowak down? No, he survives with 50. Okay, so Boomerang hits and will be a clean one-hit KO. Marowak survives up to level 55. He's also got a Flareon. Boomerang should also be super effective here and should also take it out. It will do. Lovely. Get a crit hit on the first strike. Takes it out. Don't even need to think about the second hit. So the password to the boss's room is Slowpoke Tail, but it's useless unless you have 2 passwords. That's no problem for us. So we're going to heal up. We're going to keep trying to plug away even though we've got this weird sort of slowdown effect. Don't know if, hopefully you can hear it pretty, obviously the music isn't too important because, anyway, I don't care, this guy doesn't care, Pokemon are hurting his experiments. He's got a Ditto. We are faster, double kick will take it out in 1 hit. He's also got a Porygon. Porygon obviously being one of these sort of Pokemon that can sort of has an extremely wide move pool, so you never really know what you're going to meet. He's also got a Porygon 2, which will probably survive. Yes, it does survive. That's annoying. What does it know? It knows Ice Beam. And gets off a crit hit. Really? Wow, lucky. Okay, but we defeat the Porygon 2, and finally he's got an Eevee. So now I hope that once more I'm faster. I am. Yeah, we'll take out this Eevee with 1 double kick. Sweet. Okay, so Nidoking defeats that. Battling is not my strong suit. Our head scientist Professor Anne made the radio signal that is altering the minds of the Pokemon. We're going to deal with this guy next, obviously. And we will use another hyper potion. So here we go. We are fully healed. Let's take him on. You are challenging me to a battle? Huh, you are nuts, but you have guts. Wow. If you can beat me, I'll tell you a password to the boss's room. Well, thank you. That's very kind of you. Rocket Goofy. This is really his name, Goofy. Well, we'll take him out. Hopefully take out his Eradicate. His Eradicate knows Blizzard, but it does nothing. Because it's still just Eradicate, we defeat him. He says we are good. The password to the boss's room. I think it's Eradicate Tail. We get one full heal. And a dire hit, but we can't carry it. That's okay. Yeah, we could just use a protein on a Pokemon. It's fine. Die hit just increases critical hit ratio. It's really just stuff that's for us is just money. So now we need to get our way to the boss's room, which is up here, and then down, and hopefully we can do this before I run out of battery. The door is closed. We entered the 2 passwords. We get through. We've now got to take on you. What? Who are you? This is the office of our leader, Giovanni. Since disbanding Team Rocket 3 years ago, he has been in training, but we're certain he will be back someday to assume command again. That's why we're standing guard. We won't anyone disturb this place. So we got to take out Rocket Domenico, I guess. Now we're not full health, but Ice Punch will be super effective and does over half, which is by far the most important thing. Next up is Persian. Bit worried about the Persian, but no, double kick. We get a crit hit on the first hit, which is really, really helpful. That actually probably saved us there. I was worried about it just because of worried primarily because of the screech that happened just beforehand. Dynamic Punch hits, but we have a bit of berry to cure Quagsire of confusion. This time his Dynamic Punch misses. This is the issue with Dynamic Punch. This time it hits. Can we cut through confusion? Come on, cut through confusion, cut through the confusion. Obviously not. Goes for Dynamic Punch again. We are already confused. And we hurt ourselves in confusion again, so we are now going to be taken out unless we heal. That's bad luck for Quagsire, so we'll heal up. Goes for Dynamic Punch and hits again, really? Okay, this time he goes for Hydro Pump, misses. We get Earthquake off. Next up is Victory Bell. So, I think, does Grass resist? Grass does resist Ground, so it would just be normal, so it's best to go Genetic in here. And go for either Fire or Ice, whichever one we want. We'll go for Fire Punch. That does well over half. That's a good hit. Means that even though he uses Giga Drain, we still will take out the Victory Bell. Next up is Donphan. So we'll go to Quagsire. There's another Pokemon we could have potentially used, except for the fact that this is a pack of gold. And so is likely probably not to actually have Donphan in it, which is a bit of a pity. And finally, he's got an Entei. So we will not change Pokemon. Entei, obviously being a fire type, means that Earthquake is going for the Solar Beam. Do enough to take him out, please, because I don't think any of my Pokemon can take a Solar Beam. Okay, so we will sacrifice... Yeah, we'll sacrifice Quagsire. Because we can bring out Marowak. Marowak's Bone Meringue should take out... Yes, it hits. The only thing we could have been worried though is if it had missed, but it doesn't, it hits. We defeat Rocket Domenico. He says he can't let this affect him. He's running off. The password is Hail Giovanni. Thank you, Murkrow. So we'll now head back to the start. We can now get in. So, looks like we're just going to be able to finish this just before my computer dies. So, we enter the password. We can now enter here, hold it right there. We can't have a brat like you on the loose. It's half of Team Rocket's pride, you see. However strong you may be, you can't take both of us at the same time. Story baby, now get ready to be thrashed. Oh, but here comes. Don't be so selfish. Spread the fun around. What, you're an accomplice? Where is your sense of honor? As the interim boss of Place of Giovanni, I'll show you how wrong it is to meddle with Team Rocket. Okay, so now we have to deal with Rocket Patrizia, who has an Arbok. That is a lucky Pokemon to start off with. I did not think that there was another one. I did not remember it. Thankfully, that glare misses, so we don't get the paralysis. Rather, we get away a Boomerang, and it connects, so Arbok goes down. Next up is Vileplume. We're going into Rocky. Okay, we're down to 1%. Oh, no way. Screw that. Okay, so I'm saving now, just in case I cut off, unfortunately. As I just said, yeah, I'm currently... I'm currently on 1% battery, so there is a significant chance that I might not make it through. We're just going to 5 punches. Get a crit, get a crit, get a burn. Nah, probably once is going to take us out. Okay, we're going to Marowak. Boomerang is normal, there we go. We take out the Vileplume. Next up is the Suicune. Okay, it looks like we're going to lose this battle anyway, because I don't think there's any way we're going to be able to take this Suicune. Revive. Quagsire! Uses Surf, that should take me out. Yeah. Marowak. I was sort of thinking as they were using them, it was like, okay, the Suicune is coming and the Suicune is going to be hellish. So we'll heal up the Quagsire in the hope that he can survive one hit or two. Do we Amnesia? We might well want to Amnesia. Okay, so that should allow us to survive another. So we're going to Earthquake. Earthquake hits, does not do enough damage. We're going to Hyper Potion again. I can just tell that I'm going to... it gets a crit hit. That's lucky that we healed. Nothing much I can do if he's getting crits. So it uses Surf, doesn't get a crit. We're going to Amnesia it up. Then we're going to Earthquake. Pray he doesn't get a crit. We should be okay if he doesn't get a crit. Maybe not. Oh, he's got rest, so yeah, okay. The only way I can get through this is roll out. Okay, cool. So that's going to be an unfortunate way to end this episode, but that Rocket Grunt there is strong, and Suicune is certainly a big issue for us in an opposing team. So before my laptop dies, I'm just going to say thank you for watching this episode, and I hope you'll see me on the next one where we're going to redo that battle.